What If I Owned Everything by Larry Barkett. That day will be remembered forever. The twins, Jenny and Jeremy, didn't plan on it being different. It just happened. The longest, most unbelievable, better than best match-off in all of history. Next time, I'm gonna hit a home run. Yeah, well, I'm gonna hit the ball into tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna knock it into next week, next year, next century, eternity. It could have ended there, but not this mighty record-breaking contest. It kept on until it seemed if their imaginations would explode. "10 times more than anything you can ever say," Jeremy continued. "Hey, we always end that way," answered Jenny. "Let's really use our imaginations. All I can imagine right now is having an enormous ice cream cone. How much money do we have?" They both searched their pockets. "Enough for one double and one single scoop," Jenny counted. "I get the double," Jeremy exclaimed. "No way. Besides, the ice cream truck doesn't come for hours." "Let's have a contest," he suggested. "Whoever imagines the most gets the extra scoop." And the contest was on. "I imagine a triple dip waffle cone," shouted Jeremy, "with all the extras." "And an ice cream bigger than your head," Jenny replied. "Vanilla, rocky road, and caramel pecan smothered in chocolate sauce." "Well, what if I had one as big as a car? 10 flavors, hot fudge sauce, rainbow sprinkles, and nuts." "What if I had one as big as the house? I would have 100 flavors, buckets of sauce, sprinkles, mounds of whipping cream, and loads of cherries," Jenny laughed. "I can beat that," Jeremy stated, and he was right. What if I had all the ice cream in the world? Truckloads of sauce, nuts, and sprinkles, mountains of whipped cream, barrels of cherries, and ice cream forever. "You'd get sick," Jenny told him. "It would melt and make a mess." "Hey, who says it has to make sense?" Jeremy argued. "Of course it has to make sense. Besides, that would be selfish. What would everyone else eat on a hot summer day?" "I'd share." "That would be even more fun," Jeremy grinned. "I win." "Sharing would be good, but you haven't won yet. Toys are even better than ice cream." What if I had a life-size Molly Does It All doll? She could do everything. "Well, what if I had a zillion building blocks?" asked Jeremy. "With all the special kits and motors and gadgets, I could build anything. A robot, planes, cities." "Oh yeah, what if I got a new toy every day for a whole year? 365 birthdays." Jeremy thought for a second. "A whole toy store," he cried. "Just imagine shelves and shelves of toys, rows and rows of shelves of toys." "What if," Jeremy exclaimed, "I owned every toy in the whole world, all the dolls, all the blocks, every toy from every store." "Hey," Jeremy interrupted, "wait a minute. I can't own all the ice cream in the world, but you can own all the toys in the world? Besides, you already have tons of cool toys. Well, I don't want all the toys for myself. I'd make sure every kid everywhere has the best toys. And I will give a toy to every kid on his birthday, and each kid can choose his own gift. I win. Giving toys away would be cool, Jeremy said, but everyone knows that what you ride is better than what you play with. What if I had an A1 super duper 15-speed bike, he asked, with mirrors and lights and super soft gel seat and a water bottle built right in, the shiniest metallic blue and gold? Well, what if I had a really cool razzle-dazzle, spin on a dime, bright pink speedboat with a canopy and white leather seats, Jenny said. Well, what if I owned a candy apple red, top-of-the-line, computer-rigged Super Spy sport card? Better yet, proclaimed Jenny, my very own supersonic jet. I could go to the World Series, and I could see the world. Jeremy jumped excitedly. What if I owned the most radical, robotical, retro rocket intergalactic spaceship? I'd drink the Milky Way dry. Oh, Jeremy, where would you park it? Jenny interrupted. Dad really has to keep reminding you to take care of your bike and put it away each night. How would you look after a spaceship? Jeremy knew she was right. He did need to take better care of his toys, but he wasn't about to give up yet. Where you can live is bigger than what you ride. You're right, Jenny agreed. What if I had a 3-story tree house with a super fantastical circular slide? I could slide right down to my very own pool. I'd have a lookout tower and a cookie-making machine and a special room for my very own tea parties and sleepovers. Well, what if I owned a gigantic mansion? It would have huge rooms, big enough for an adventure tube playground and trampolines, even a baseball field, and a swimming pool big enough for me and my pet whale. I'd have my own cook, cookies and pies and hamburgers and fries. Jenny took her turn. What if I owned a castle? Secret passages, moats, drawbridges, the tallest tower so I could see the whole kingdom. She sighed dreamily. Queen Jenny of Zaza Zuferdorfelsen and her zillion adorable subjects. Being queen would be really hard. Just think of how much time you'd need to spend caring for a zillion people. That's God's job, Jeremy reminded her. Okay, I resign my throne. God can take care of the people. But he is so awesome, I'm sure he'd let me keep the castle. I win. Not yet. What if I owned everything we've said so far? Plus, Jenny jumped in before he could finish. Plus, all the amusement parks, arcade games, parachute drops, radical roller coasters. Jeremy shouted, that plus the candy stores, fast food restaurants, all the factories that make every kind of fun stuff, the ski slopes, the campgrounds, the beaches. The contest was sizzling. The kids hardly noticed when Mr. George pulled up in his ice cream truck. Wait, Ginny leaped excitedly. What if I owned everything? That's it. I win, Jenny announced. Mr. George didn't want to interrupt, so he just started scooping up the twins' favorite flavors, but Jeremy wasn't giving up yet. Hey, that would mean everyone else would have nothing. I would make sure that everyone has everything they need, even whenever they needed it, Jenny replied. How could you do that? You can't know everything and be everywhere all at once. Only God can do that. Jenny stopped and thought a second. She grinned. Okay, Jeremy, you're right. Only God can do that. And I'm really glad he's the one taking care of us. Jeremy added, You know, we can't own everything because it really belongs to God. And when we take care of the things He gives us and share with others, He can trust us with even more. Yeah, you're right. It's called being a good steward. And I think for remembering what's really important, you get the double. Mr. George smiled at the twins. I'll tell you what, I'll give you both a double scoop. Enjoy. Really, Mr. George? Thanks. The twins were smiling from ear to ear, and that's how it happened. The biggest, better than best match-off ever. Well, at least for now. The end.